Today on Outside the Box Reviews, we are taking a look at the Hot Toys Sucker Punch Babydoll figure. Sucker Punch is a movie that I think you either love it or you hate it. I'm in that very minority camp there that loves it just for the pure visual experience. I know the story is not really all that great, guys, but I really did love the visual aspect of it. But yeah, this is the first figure I think I've ever reviewed on this channel that's technically not mine. This was actually my girlfriend's Christmas present that I got her, and she gave me permission to go ahead and shoot a review on her. And you know, it's a good thing we have Babydoll in the house now, because I think Red Skull is getting a little lonely. Now, I call this channel Outside the Box Reviews for a reason. I normally don't hold on to packaging, but Jesus is nice. It just feels nice as far as packaging goes. There's actually like embossed texture on here. Coming down here is a great picture of Babydoll. And on the side, you kind of have like a stocking thing that you could undo. Kind of like a, some lingerie there. And that undoes the box, so you can slide it open to get the figure out. As is standard with most Hot Toys figure, you get your stand here. Has pink lettering with the name of the movie, a Zack Snyder film, Sucker Punch. We have the little white lettering on here with the nameplate, says Babydoll. It's a standard Hot Toys stand, standard little crotch grabber up here. You basically get this with any Hot Toys. It's not a DX for the most part, I believe. But simple, nice, good way to display a figure. Now, when I first got Red Skull, there wasn't a whole lot to do to him. He came out of the package, he was pretty much assembled. You could put the trench coat on, which took a little while. But Babydoll comes with so much extra stuff, it's kind of astounding. Just for starters, you get a headband to put on her, which took me forever to get onto the figure. It's kind of a pain in the butt, and you can see it kind of messed up her hair a little bit. Her hair really does need some TLC now. It's a little messed up and flying away. It's one of the downsides to having the rooted hair, but of course you couldn't really do solid hair on a character like this. She also has her little earpiece or communications device. That is such a simple piece. I don't even want to take it off the figure, but it literally just hooks around her ear and in her ear. There's no hole on the ear or anything. There's no magnet. It just sits there and rests. And it's such a simple little piece and such a delicate little piece. It's really amazing. You also have to attach her katana to her. So it actually has these straps. You have to weave it through. And it's this braid you can see going down her. It goes around and comes out holding the sheath, which is kind of wild. She has her key that you can put around her neck. And yeah, that's all kinds of stuff you have to attach to the character before she's even fully dressed for combat. Now for accessories, I could show you a better look at that katana. And what an amazing piece of work Hot Toys has done on this. You can see the wrappings on the handle right here. Very, very beautifully done. A very ornate front piece here. And then just beautiful detailing on that blade. It's a very shiny blade. There's a pattern in the blade itself. Just a beautiful piece. This is real metal. Just amazing. It feels like a nice little sword. It's crazy. I did not expect this level of quality out of this. I thought it would be a plastic sword, but it really feels like you could chop some stuff up with this. On her side here, she has her pistol, so you actually have a working little holster for it. You can unpeg right here, and you can pull out her pistol. Another amazing piece of work. It also has detailing on it. It has a nice metallic sheen, though this is just a plastic piece. The wood grain on the side here. Just an amazing piece of detailed work. And it even has the little charm hanging off of it, which you can see if you look up close. It looks like a rabbit on a skull, I think. Very, very tiny detail. Very hard to see, but really amazing work on Hot Toys' end. Just phenomenal. And then she has a separate little holster to put the two clips she comes with. They're both identical. I guess they do look like they would go in the bottom of this gun. Yeah, I think that's what they're made for. They don't go in or out. Some of the Hot Toys you could actually do that. Not this one. But you can even see here at the end, there's even a little bullet coming out of the end of the clip. We're not done yet. She also comes with her machine gun. This is crazy again. It's beautifully detailed. It has like the silencer here on the end, and the strap with metal connections to the gun itself. Beautifully done. It has a longer clip coming out here, the trigger, safety, I guess, and all the details. The little light. I mean, this is everything but light up. Just an incredible piece. She has the scope up here, which actually does have a little clear section, so it actually does pick up the light really nicely. And the cool thing here is you can actually pull down this little extra handle here and extend out the back, so you kind of have a different mode for it. It's amazing attention to detail on this thing. Just phenomenal. Phenomenal. So cool. She also comes with a container for the map. This feels like a good leather. It's probably the same leather they use for the coat on Red Skull, but you can see it has the tabs in here holding it shut. A nice leathery strap with an adjuster on it and a metal end, even though it's plastic, but it looks metal enough. This is the one thing I couldn't cram onto her. She has so much stuff going on her at once. It's kind of hard to get this on there, and it does not open. I believe it actually could open, but it's not supposed to open. Some of the more boring accessories is you get some extra wrist pegs, and then you get a nice collection of hands. She has, the one hand I have here is a trigger finger on it for her right hand, and then her left hand I have the gripping hand. We also get 2 additional right hands for her, one open and one gripping, both with the wrap on them. And making an even set for the left, we also have a trigger finger and open. So you have 2 triggers, 2 gripping, and 2 open hands. So you can get any mix and match you'd like. And beautifully detailed hand, just very soft and delicate looking and nicely done fingernails. Babydoll herself just has an incredible head sculpt. It really looks like they took the actress and just shrunk her down. The makeup's there, the skin tone's there. They give her a shine on her lips and on her eyes. It just brings it to life. Just like with the Red Skull, I feel like a broken record on this review talking about how amazing the sculpting and the detail is on this stuff, but you can't deny that's incredible. Now, the hair is going to be an issue because that really does have to be cleaned up and brushed out or something, but it's going to be a bit of a project to do so. She has little clear elastics back here holding in the pigtails, which is nice. And if you do look beyond the hair, and if you kind of look in there, you can see there's a seam in the back of her head where the rooted hair is installed. So that's a little ugly, but you're not really going to see much of that. The clothing has great texture to it. She has this little scarf around her neck. I guess it's actually the collar to her shirt. But it comes around, it's kind of loose in the back here, which with the katana sheath on there, I think I have to rearrange it a little bit, maybe pull it down underneath the sheath or something, because it's really in the way right now, but it's something to mess with later. Really well done, though. Just the kind of short sleeve shirt with the pockets on here. Kind of have to get everything out of the way. Little buttons there. Belt going around with her holster on it. Exposed midriff, which is kind of hot. Now this is a cool body. It actually has that rubberized flesh tone on it, which is painted superbly. And not to be too much of a perv, but it actually gives her kind of squishy boobs, which is kind of fun in a really stupid way. But yeah, she actually feels almost fleshy. It's kind of weird. And she has her skirt, which is beautifully detailed, and some black panties. You even see the belly button is in there, and just a lot of muscles sculpted in there, which is amazing. Upper legs are not as rubbery. They do have a weird seam in the back here. You can actually see some like joints, I guess, where they screw it together. Kind of ugly, which really sucks on a character like this. But she has her stockings on, and then some really nice high-heeled shoes on. For articulation, Babydoll has a ball-jointed head with a superb range of motion, up and down, left and right, tilt, all that good stuff. So everything else is kind of limited by the clothing, but she can move at the arm, so she has theoretically a full range of motion there. She can go up and down, out to the side, all that good stuff. Single jointed elbow, bend and swivel, ball jointed wrists with that beautiful Hot Toys peg joint in there. There's kind of a mid-torso ball joint and a waist joint. Ball joint the legs forward and back, out to the side. You open it up, you can really see that ball joint in there. It's a little ugly, but you get that extra swivel in there, which is cool. Double jointed knees, which work well underneath the stockings even. And then a ball jointed foot with a great range of motion, and a good ankle pivot on it as well. This figure just has so many different ways you could pose her, and so many different things you could do with her. My girlfriend and I have both been playing with this figure for a little while now, and I don't think we've come close to messing with as many different ways as you could pose her. It's just part of the endless cool with Hot Toys, how much you could really do with them. Now when it comes down to do I recommend this figure, that's another qualified recommend, because a lot of people hated this movie. I really liked it. And I think this figure is a great visualization of the character. And even if you didn't like the movie, you gotta admit, it's a pretty hot figure. Pretty hot toy. Okay, enough of the bad puns. Like any Hot Toy figure, this thing has great articulation. The rooted hair is a bit of a problem, and even though I didn't bring it up in the rest of the review, while the head sculpt's amazing, I feel like the face is a little dead. It really looks a little bit too much like a baby doll, which, while she is kind of like that in the movie, I feel like there is some more going on in the actual film that isn't really brought across in this figure. So that's a little bit of a letdown on that end. But the accessories are great, the articulation's wonderful, the outfit is expertly done. And it's hard to find anything to really fault this figure on. Now if you're going to be dropping the money for a Hot Toy, know yourself. Know what you're dropping the money on. Know that it's a license or a character that you have some affinity for. I believe I said it in my Red Skull review. It probably would not have been a character I would have dropped the Hot Toys level money on myself. Getting it as a prize, awesome, cool, I love it. But as I've already said, I have intent to buy the DX Battle Damaged Terminator 2 figure. Because to me, that is a character that I love. My girlfriend loves the aesthetic of the movie Sucker Punch. And plus, just on the level of aesthetics, it's a beautiful looking character and a beautiful looking figure. So if you enjoyed the movie, definitely recommend. And honestly, any Hot Toy you get, once you start messing with it, you won't want to put it down. Doing this review has been so distracting because I just keep wanting to play with the figure and pose it in different ways and not actually go and review it. Just because the review itself, I feel like it just kind of ends up being boring. It's like, yeah, this was done perfectly. And this is almost as good as you could get it and be lifelike. This is phenomenal. I feel like there's not as much to say when it's just so awesome. And that's more of a review on the company of Hot Toys itself than it really is on the figure. Make sure you check out Outside the Box Reviews on Facebook. Post a bunch of images there of all kinds of stuff that I pick up. And until next time, this has been another Outside the Box review. Stay tuned for more to come.